everybody. Welcome to another session in this tech journey where today we are going to talk about a database, a NoSQL database called as HBase, right? So as you see on the screen, this database is one of the latest trends in the NoSQL paradigm because it offers you a lot of offerings when it comes to working with billions and billions of rows, right? Which is something which your relational databases do not do for you. So let's see how HBase gets that done, and then let's look at the architecture of this HBase and see why it basically offers you this kind of a flexibility, right? So we have spoken about MongoDB, right, in one of our previous videos, where MongoDB is basically a document kind of a database, right? Where you have, say, a JSON or a BSON, basically, which encompasses the entire row in curly braces, right? And we also saw how basically it works like a document. HBase is basically a columnar database. So let's take an example to see how this basically fits. Let's say you have a table like this, right? Say this is a customers table. So you have a customer ID, then you have the name of the customer, then you have the address, then you have the contact, right? So you can have one customer with ID one, the second customer, third customer with respective IDs, names can be XYZ, again something else, address and contact number, right? This is how we store these values in a table in your relational database management system. So this is basically a row-based database system, right? Where if you want to extract something like, say, if you want to find out what is the address of, say, customer XYZ, then it goes to the first row and then it tries to find out which name is having this value XYZ. Then it goes to the next column for his address and it picks up this column. And if you want to contact, it goes to the next column. So it travels column by column, but it traverses all these columns for a particular row. So if your XYZ has another row here, right? And suppose you have another column here that says product, which product has been bought by XYZ. Suppose this is a smartphone and this is, say, a computer, right? Say a laptop. So it goes to all the rows and then again comes to the next row and checks if there's something called as XYZ, again comes to the next row and checks if there is something called as XYZ, right? It does these things. And then it comes to the next row again, and then it says, okay, this is again XYZ. So these two rows are XYZ. Now again, go to the next column. So you see how it's like a row by row and a column by column traversing. Now, typically when you have, say, millions of such rows, right, then this thing becomes extremely difficult to, maintain, and that becomes tedious. So in order to mitigate this kind of a risk, you have HBase, which is a columnar database. So now how does this work here? Let's look at the same table now. Let's say you have only two columns. Like one is, say, row ID, and then the other one is, say, column. The third one is, say, value. All right. So, say row ID is 1. So that corresponds to your customer with this ID 1. This guy whose name is XYZ. So the column is going to be name and the value is going to be XYZ. Similarly, row ID 1, address is going to be something. Row ID 1, contact is going to be again something, some number, right? And then row ID 1, the product purchased, it's again going to be some value, smartphone. You see the difference here? Now the same things are going to repeat for the second customer. So row ID 2, name, address, contact, and product, right? So yeah, effectively, if you want to say find out the product ordered by customer 1, so all you got to do is just take row ID 1 here. So effectively, there's just one column here with this customer, and then you just find out the column and then get its value XYZ and its product. Which product is this, right? So all these values can be congregated at one spot itself because of this concept of having a column family, right? So to understand the concept of a column family, let's take, for example, social media use case, right? Let's say you have a table that looks like this. Let's say you have the row key, right? Say one, and then the column family is like, say, personal, and then column qualifier, right? So you call it qualifier. In HBase, you call it column qualifier. So column qualifier is say name, and so same row key, personal, uh, contact, right? And then same row keys, let's say social, likes, and followers, right? So you see here, a column family is called as personal, which has two columns, name and contact, and then they're going to have their own value over here. The value, the name is going to be say XYZ, contact person number, likes is going to be say 500, and followers say 100, right? So column family personal has two columns, name and contact. So under this category, you have two columns, which have their own values. And in this category, social, you have again two columns, likes and followers, which have their values, right? And then the row key is this. This depicts the same person, right? The same particular row in the database. So like this, HBase is basically able to retrieve millions and millions of rows by effectively referring to just few columns here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, instead of like say individual values for every column, right? So like that, the retrieval time is reduced considerably for HBase. And so that's one of the fundamental advantages which HBase offers over your relational databases. So it's one of the important NoSQL databases used in today's context, right? Now to talk about the architecture of HBase, let's do it in another video. I'll come up with another video where we discuss the architecture of HBase, where we understand how HBase basically fits on top of the Hadoop distributed file system, right? So let's devote another video for that. Until then, take care, bye-bye, and see you in another episode. And if you have any comments, please post them in the comment box below, right? Thank you. Bye-bye. If you like this video, please press the like button. For more such videos, subscribe to the channel. If you have suggestions for a new topic and would want to see a video made on that topic, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the video and see you in another video. Bye bye.